Hello everyone, it's Halfpoint Mike, I hope you're all well. Today we are looking at the most difficult nations to form in Knights of Honor 2. There are 11 formable nations in total, which vary in difficulty due to the number of specific regions required, religious considerations and starting position. I have spent the last 2 weeks working through them to present what I believe to be the top 3 most difficult. So without further ado, let's begin. In third spot, we have the Kalmar Union, which in real life was formed in 1397 between the Nordic kingdoms. In order to form this union, you must be playing as either Sweden, Norway or Denmark, and conquer 21 specific regions. Every province you see here is required to form the Kalmar Union. I've not conquered any regions which are not part of requirements. You can form the Kalmar Union from any of the 3 start dates, and your religion must also be Catholic for it to take effect. This one took about 7.5 hours of in-game time, playing as Norway from the 11/10 start date. In terms of the effects, we can see that Kalmar has a unique colour on the campaign map. You get an updated crest, which you can see here. And lastly, your leader is called Emperor, as opposed to King, as it is with the Nordic kingdoms. So in the next section, I'm just going to run through exactly what happens in-game when the Kalmar Union is formed. So this is the campaign just before the Kalmar Union is formed. I'm playing as Norway. I've got every province required for the Union apart from Zealand, which I'm just laying siege to here. And that's about to go through now. Okay, there it is. So we get the quest activated. Sire, a momentous day is upon us. We have the opportunity to unite our lands and form Kalmar. If we proceed, our kingdom shall no longer be known as Norway. So I shall accept. Kalmar united. We have united our lands, officially forming the Empire of Kalmar. With the glory of our people restored, scribes shall chronicle our momentous feat for generations to come. So that gives us some crown authority and fame. Denmark is still around, even though I took the last settlement required for the Union. So I get negative relations with them. But we can see that the crest has been updated from the Norway crest, and our leader is now called Emperor. So that's what happens when the Kalmar Union is formed, and as you can see, our purple colour that we had before as Norway has been changed to this sort of lime green colour. In second spot, we have the Poland-Lithuania Commonwealth. This formable nation requires you to be playing as either Poland or Lithuania, and to conquer 31 specific provinces. In this particular playthrough, I have 33 regions, and that's because I've captured Malbork and Königsberg, both of which are not required. However, every one of the other 31 provinces you see here are part of the requirements to form this nation. Like with the Kalmar Union, the Poland-Lithuania Commonwealth can be formed in campaigns from any of the 3 starting dates, and it also needs your religion to be Catholic. This one took about 20 hours of in-game time, playing as Poland from the 1360 start date, and I would say it's harder than Kalmar, mainly because of the increase in settlements, but also because you are surrounded on all sides by enemies when you start, whereas if you're playing as Norway, for example, at least one of your sides is the edge of the map, so you're not as vulnerable. In terms of actual effects, when you're playing as Poland, the crest and the colour doesn't update. So with that being said, I'm just going to move on to what happens in game when this nation is formed. So in this playthrough, I'm playing as Poland, I have all the required regions apart from Narva here in the north, which I'm just laying siege to at the moment, and it's about to fall. Okay, so Narva has just fallen to me, and there we get the quest activated. Sire, a momentous day is upon us. We have the opportunity to unite our lands and form Poland-Lithuania. If we proceed, our kingdom shall no longer be known as Poland. So I shall accept that. And we get the Poland-Lithuania united. We have united our lands, officially forming the Commonwealth of Poland-Lithuania. With the glory of our people restored, scribes shall chronicle our momentous feat for generations to come. And again, that gives us +2 crown authority and fame. So I click OK, and we'll see on the map that we are now known as Poland-Lithuania, and not just Poland. And the #1 spot for the hardest nation to form in Knights of Honor 2 goes to the Tsardom of Russia, which in real life was founded in 1547. This requires 35 specific provinces and your nation to have the Orthodox religion but be independent from Constantinople. Like with the other two we've looked at, the Russian Tsardom can be formed and campaigned from any start date, playing as either Novgorod, Muscovy, Rostov-Suzdal, Chernigov, Tiva, Ryazan and Kiev. Every province you see here is required to form Russia. I've not conquered any regions which are not part of requirements. The reason that I've put this as the top spot is not only does it require the most amount of regions, it also requires the player to claim independence from Constantinople in regards to the Orthodox religion, which you can do via one of the cleric actions, but in general it has a very low chance to succeed, so that can be quite time consuming as well. This one took me about 30 hours of in-game time, playing as Muscovy from the 1360 start date. In terms of changes, you get the new Russian crest. Russia itself has the quite distinctive yellow colour on the campaign map, and lastly your leader is known as the Tsar, in line with the Tsardom of Russia. So like with the other two we've looked at, I'm now going to run through what happens in game when you form Russia. So in this campaign I'm playing as Muscovy, which is one of the eligible nations to form Russia. I've conquered all the required provinces. The only thing I'm still to do is to claim independence in regards to my religion. So right now I am Orthodox subordinated, and we need to change this to Orthodox independent in order to form Russia. And the way you do that is through one of the actions on the cleric here. So you can see there that the success chance is 21%, which is quite low, and that's after I've done quite a few things to increase that as much as possible. So what I'm going to do is just click the button and cut to when it succeeds. If it doesn't succeed, then I'll just have to keep trying until it does. Okay, so that claim was successful, and we no longer report to the Economical Patriarch. And that means we now have the quest activated, so Sire, a momentous day is upon us. We have the opportunity to unite our lands and form Russia. If we proceed, our Grand Principality shall no longer be known as Muscovy. We will of course accept. Russia united. We have united our lands, officially forming the Tsardom of Russia. With the glory of our people restored, scribes shall chronicle our momentous feat for generations to come. And again, that gives us crown, authority, and fame. So, as we discussed before, we've got the new Russian crest. We have the new colour on the map, sort of a yellowy golden sort of colour, and our leader is the Tsar. So that's what happens when you create the Tsardom of Russia. In my opinion, the hardest nation to form in Knights of Honor. But that's about it for today. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.